Okay, so and probably what's going to be the most informal video on my channel to date. I'm out here in the woods of southern Serbia in a little 3-week retreat for myself to reflect and decompress on the craziness of the past 18 months. And you saw my recent reflection on Dubai, you've read the title of this, you know what it's about. I'm going to be reviewing and reflecting on my journey in the AAA and AI automation agency space since I really got into it and started things so long ago now it seems. So this is going to be completely off the cuff. I haven't planned anything. I'm just going to be sharing with you I guess how it's changed my life, the good things and the bad things, and maybe for some of you who are on the fence or struggling, might give you a bit of tactical or strategic advice on how you can get something similar to what I've been able to do with my life out of this opportunity. So I can run it all the way back to when it first started. I saw ChatGPT, I told it to write me a website and it did it in seconds, and I realized this is insane technology and this is where I want to be moving forward. And I knew there was a massive opportunity brewing, and within a few weeks I made the decision to dive head first and start a YouTube channel and throw myself into it with kind of blind faith that I would figure it out. And I think that's the first point I want to make in this video, is the necessity for having faith in your ability to do work. Throw yourself into this opportunity and figure it out. I didn't come in and know, and within 18 months I would be in this position right here. You have to, as an entrepreneur, that's something I've had to learn over time, you have to have blind faith. You can't expect to have A, B, C, D, E, all of the dots lined out. I didn't have any of that. I just knew if I put myself out there and if I continue to work and like back myself to be having a high output rate, I would attract the right opportunities to me. And doing the personal branding route is so much smarter than trying to sit there in the shadows and try to figure things out, because having opportunities attracted to you is far more efficient than trying to go out and find them one by one yourself. And thankfully for, I guess, you guys watching it, through me throwing myself into it and working consistently and really finding this, firstly through consulting and then eventually starting my own agency, Morningside AI, and then discovering that you could deliver these things with low-code tools. For me, that was the kind of light bulb moment, and that's what I've been sharing constantly on this channel, this opportunity that I found. So I've got some people up here, they probably think I'm really weird, but hello. I think I should have said strabo. I think that's how you say hi around here. Anyway, faith and throwing myself head first is how I got to this point. And that's the first thing that I want you to take away from this in my story, is that you have to throw yourself in and have faith that you don't necessarily know all the different steps. And you don't have to have a very clear plan, but if you follow something like how I've done it and putting myself out there through personal branding, and in this case YouTube, I was able to attract the opportunities to me, and that has paved the way for everything I've done. The agency that I've built, the consulting that I was doing, the education business that I've started, the SaaS that I've started. My team and I have crammed so much into the past 80 Gs. I swear I'm fitter than this, by the way. It's just when you're talking and walking at the same time. We've crammed so much into the past 18 months because we've had this blind faith that I think not many other people really have. And for all of you, this applies not only in the personal branding route, but the AI automation agency model is not the end point. I see some people in the comments talking about like, oh, they made this much money, and then if you just subtract the revenue number from the this, and I do some bloody back at a napkin maths on me and say like, they're only making this much money take home after tax. And it's like, you're missing the point, mate. Like, you are missing the point. You are not seeing the bigger opportunity here. What the AI automation agency model serves as is an entry point. I've said this for so long now. It is your on-ramp, an entry point. This is what I was searching for when I first started my channel. I was kept thinking like, all these make money with ChatGPT, this. Like, I knew it was all a gimmick. I knew it was all gonna not last very long, like copywriting or like short form content spamming and stuff like that. That wasn't attractive to me because I knew there wasn't a business opportunity long term there. And it took me a long time to find it through trial and error, but the agency model that eventually developed was the replicable and scalable business opportunity that regular people could get into. And that was really the light bulb moment for me, and I've been trying to get as many of you guys to start one of these as possible, because it's the on-ramp. You may not be making like hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit per month in the next 6 months with these businesses, but it is your on-ramp. Naval Ravikant talks a lot about specific knowledge, and specific knowledge is stuff that you cannot learn, you cannot be taught it. You have to go out there and do it and experience it, and you can learn it through doing. And therefore it's very specific and it's very inherently valuable, because there's very few people who actually have that knowledge. And in our case, the specific knowledge within the AI space, and really the gold nuggets of the space, are the unique use cases on an industry by industry basis that are waiting to be discovered. And there's so many of them out there, but you can't discover them by sitting on your couch or watching YouTube videos or someone spoon feeding you the information. The only way you're going to go out there and find these golden nuggets and opportunities that are fucking everywhere is to go out there, start an agency, and actually start doing some work and being active in the field. I've always said, spectators versus participants. Spectators, you watching this video, if you're serious about doing something similar to what I've done and being able to change your life, that sounds so cringe, but literally changed my life night and day since I put myself out there and started doing this business in the AI space. If you want to do that, you need to make a clear decision that I'm going to transition from a spectator of watching videos to actually participating, whether that's through content creation of your own, through hopping on calls with prospects, through doing your own client work, whatever. You need to be actually doing something in the space. And by running an agency, an AI automation agency, it is the vehicle for discovery. It's basically you get in this model into the business, and you can drive deeper into the space and actually find and discover things that people like the majority of people are not actually going to encounter because they're not out there in the fields and in the trenches doing it. So that's I guess the second key point I want to point out to you, that it's not, this business model is the on-ramp. And I've always said, you've seen me do it in my own career. I don't just have the agency, I also have an education business, because education is a huge opportunity alongside solutions development. And I also have a SaaS product now as well. Like, I've tried to do this in front of you all as blatantly and clearly as possible. And I never tried to say that I'm going to start one of these agencies and run it forever. No, it's the springboard. It got me in, it got me experience. I was able to build up a team, I was able to build up cash flow, I was able to start other businesses. And now I'm just like learning skills at a ridiculous rate because I'm doing so much now. And I want all of you to, while there's time, while it's early enough, to go and start one of these businesses and use it as a vehicle to find your opportunity, find your lane. Because there's so many lanes that are just empty right now. And I want all of you watching my channel who've supported me for so long, I want that for you. And I don't think I've tried to make that very clear. And if you don't know that by now, then I'm sorry I haven't communicated it well enough. But all I really want is a replication of my success for as many of you as possible. That would make everything worthwhile that I do. And yeah, I hope you guys can see that. And I hope you realize that this is, it sounds so cringe and cliche, but this kind of stuff doesn't come around. It comes around every 10 years or so. The last time we had an opportunity like this, you could say, was, say, the smartphone revolution back in 2008, 2010 and onwards. Back then I was in primary school, primary school. I couldn't have moved on that opportunity, but right now, if you are watching this, you are in the time when we can move on this. And if you don't get this, number one, you're going to miss it and you have to wait another 10 years potentially. But number two, of all shifts in technology, this AI thing is the most world-changing, and it's going to impact so many different parts. It's going to completely change how work is done across the world. And in the next decades, we are heading, like barreling towards a very uncertain future of these like post-humans, where there's going to be people who are like genetic, or they're superior basically in terms of the supplements they take, and the rich people can get access to all of this medicine and stuff. That we're going to see a massive splitting of society. We're going to get Neuralink and all, like, it's all coming. So this is kind of your last chance. If you want to make sure that you don't end up in this big pool of have-nots. The middle class is being eroded before our fucking eyes. And if you can't make a decision now to dive head first and have faith that you will figure this shit out, I think you're in for a pretty rocky 10 years. And I don't want that for any of you who follow my channel. Right? So, rant over, but I think you can see how passionate I get about this stuff. Because I hate the cliche of like, oh, it's the last chance, you must move now, like blah, 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 blah. I don't care if you buy my program, or you get into my school community, or you do anything. At the end of the day, I just want as many of you to be able to say in 5-10 years, like, wow, that Liam Ottley guy really made a big difference in my life, because he was the catalyst that made me consider looking at making a more future-proof skill set, right? So maybe that's exploring AI automation as a skill and exploring that more, getting deeper in it, creating a personal brand, or something that's going to allow you to be a little bit more resilient to the changes that are coming over the next decade. So finally, I guess I want to round off with a bit of an audit of how my life has changed in various aspects, right? So I guess you could say material wealth and money. I have a lot more money now than when I started, so that's probably one thing. Number two, I have a much more fulfilling job and career, and I'm much more happy in everything I do. I've found a purpose to work towards, and I think all of you can find something of the sort within the AI space, because there's so much despite it being so dystopian, there's so much good that you can do. There's so much, we need people like myself and you to go out and make an effort. Like the vision for Morningside and all of the companies that I run is to ensure that the wealth created by this AI revolution is distributed as fairly as possible, because I see a very big risk of the wealth that this technology generates just going straight into the pockets of the rich guys, right? So Microsoft, Google, these big companies just accruing all of the wealth that's generated from this. And the AAA model is the way that I see Morningside and the businesses that I run. If we can make as many successful AAA owners through the software we do, through the education program, and through the proof that we can do it at Morningside, you each get to go out there as entrepreneurs and extract value from the AI revolution yourself. So that's getting the entrepreneurs fed and paid. But it's also you going out there to small to medium-sized businesses and being the facilitators of this adoption. That's going to stop this continued aggregation of all of the power into a few small companies. We've seen it where mom and pop stores everywhere are now getting wiped out, and it's just like it used to be four big businesses or 10 big businesses in the industry, and then like it reduced to 5, and then it was 4, and then it was 3, and now it's 2, and some, like, it's essentially 1, but it's a monopoly, and they're not really addressing it. Like, we are seeing these big corporations get such a massive advantage because they have access to the right people, and you as AAA owners, you can go out there, not only make money for yourself, but create value with AI in these small businesses, and give them the resources and the consulting and help that they need to actually stand a chance in this fight between the little guys and the big guys. And there's nothing more that the human species loves more than an underdog, right? So that was purpose, right? So we've got wealth, purpose. I think generally just being a lot more happy. I'm a lot happier person now that I've found something to work on. I guess it's kind of like purpose. Connections and relationships. I've made some incredible friends through networking with, like, really exchange of information, and like making the friends, and online communities are just so, they're flourishing under these kind of tech booms. You have the opportunity to go out now and join these communities, my free school community or others, whatever it is. There's so many people out there who are smart, they're leaving their jobs, they're bringing great skill sets, great experience, and they're all coming to this opportunity, and you have to snap them up now. You have to get out there and snap them up now, put yourself out there. So many times I've seen, if you just go into a place like my school community and put yourself out there, and either, if you have no skills, you're pretty useless, but you can go and develop skills and then start to offer them within the community for free or whatever, use it for networking. But if you do have skills and you do have experience and background, get into these communities, put your skills on the table and say, hey, look, this is me, this is what I do, I'm looking to work with some people who can help me to do this, or I'm open for all opportunities, throw anything at me, I'm willing to start to have conversations. So I've met some great friends in the space. I'm literally going to, Giannis, a guy that I put into my AI content creators group. I'm literally going to another place in the mountains here with him this weekend. Like, I've met some incredible new friends through this, and there's nothing better. Like, I haven't really been able to experience it until now, but having friends in the same space that you work in. Like, I've had my business partner Josh and stuff, but now having like a really broad group of friends who are all kind of working on their own little thing. It's not like we're all working on the same thing. They're taking different angles and learning different things, and by having those friends and connections, they're able to aggregate all of this exploration of the AI space and bring it in. Like, we have regular calls and everyone's sharing what they're learning, everyone's sharing the things that they're succeeding with their agencies. I just can't explain how much this thing has changed my life. And like I said, that's all I want for you all. Wealth, purpose, happiness, friends and relationships, freedom and mobility. I kind of already had this already, but I didn't really need to come out here to decompress because it wasn't that stressful. But yeah, I don't know if I'm taking the wrong route here, but let me take a little look-see at this. This is going to continue to be really informal. I'm sorry. Sometimes you need to let off. This is my channel anyway. I realize this is my YouTube channel. I can do whatever I want, and I think content creators do get sucked into this thing where they have to adhere to a certain posting style or cadence or content buckets, and like, honestly, fuck that. If you have a channel, you have a personal brand, you can do whatever you want with it, and you guys are by this point, you're along on the journey with me. We have a nice little stream here as well. How pretty is that? So I want you all to be able to start one of these agencies, have faith and throw yourself in, work furiously, network, find the right people, find your opportunity, and then you have the freedom to do stuff like this. And this is like the strangest lifestyle flex ever. It's not me on a yacht or with a Rari or something, but you can do whatever you want with your time. And me taking 3 weeks on my own here to really reflect on everything, has been so good for me, and I'd highly recommend anyone take the chance to do it if they can. So, all right, I won't make this much longer, but that's been my year in review, 18 months in review. Long story short, I took a dive. I didn't really know how it would go, but I backed myself to work hard enough to find the opportunity, to let the opportunities come to me, and then to have the ability to execute on those when they came, and that's what I've done. So this channel will continue to be a documentation of my learnings and processes. I'm ready to share a whole bunch with you about starting a SaaS. I'd never started a SaaS before. I spent a ton of money on it and learned a lot. I didn't worry about having the perfect opportunity or having the skills. I just threw myself in. When you guys are ready to hear the SaaS tips and value, I can give them to you. Like, this is just me on a journey, and I'm trying to share as much as I can and bring as much of you up with me. So I'm definitely lost. Well, if this video never sees the light of day, you know what happened. But yeah, that's been me, year in review. Love and appreciate you all. I'm rooting for you. I really truly am. And if there's something that I'm missing and not, like, you need some more information on a certain topic, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. I can only help you if you tell me what you need. I try my best to figure out what you need, but I'm not a mind reader. So if there's something that you're missing, you need help on, let me know in the comments, and I'll take that into consideration for future content. So that's all for the video. I don't know how you end these. I'll put something up there if you want to watch another video. Maybe my Dubai one would be pretty good if anyone's considering moving to Dubai. I'll put this up here. But that's been all. I'll see you in the next one.